Good morning. Good morning. 'Tis I, Lauren Cadillac, aka OG Cadillac, aka Mother of the Decade. Wow, you guys, there's so much that happened this week. So much happened this week. It was like crazy. I can't believe it's Friday. I had like the longest day on Tuesday. I had to travel to a very remote courthouse and go to court and then travel back, and I literally felt like Tuesday should have been Friday, but here I am now. It's Friday now. I've had like 4 or 8 days this week. It's been a week, guys. It's been a week. Whew. Okay, so like almost all of our updates come from court filings, which is crazy because these are like huge. Like it's huge what we found out. And that the fact that someone filed what we found out in a court is crazy. It's crazy. Y'all might remember that I think I did an evidence video, and in that evidence video, I'm pretty confident I had talked about how legal documents can be used in any court, right? So we're about to see these documents that could be used in another trial against the people. It's crazy. Good morning, hippieista. Welcome, amiga. Y'all. So, this is how it starts. Tuesday morning, I get a text from my friends at Fox 35 Orlando. And they're like, hey, there's a big update in the Kempner case. Can you come on this morning and talk about it? So I was like, court. Morning, Nene. Hey, girl. So I have court that day. So I'm like, yeah, I can come online and talk before court. So they send me the document, the filing in the court so that we can discuss it. So we'll do Anna Kempner first because I think that's how chronologically this all went down. I'm not 100% sure. But that's what we're going to start with. Okay. So, what they sent me is, now if y'all remember, we learned a lot. We learned almost everything we learned about this case. We learned from a family law court, right? So, Anna, her stepmom, Chantel, had 3 kids with this man, Thomas. The eldest has already moved out as a grown-up. The middle one is now accused of these crimes, which we're about to get into. Hey, Jiggy, welcome. And then there's a young child between Thomas Hudson and Chantel, the stepmom of Anna Kempner. And now in family court, they're fighting about the youngest child. The dad, Thomas Hudson, keeps filing in. We had a whole thing. We watched their hearing, the family court hearing, and the judge already ruled like there's no emergency to put this little kid with you. It's not emergent. So the fact that this dude is trying to take like another bite at the apple when he's already been rejected, I think is pretty messed up. On top of that, it gets worse. What? It gets worse. Trying to take a second bite of the apple. Look at what this guy submits to the court. All right, here we are, blah, blah, blah. We want the kid with the dad. Let's just skip to the meat. According to social media from the Kempner family, so it's like Anna's dad, the stepmom, whatever, the respondent's mother's stepdaughter redacted and murdered by son while they had sole supervision. Redacted and murdered. We knew he had taken her life, right? We did not know about redacted. We did not know about redacted. And while this says, according to social media, she was blank and murdered by this boy, this is not good language for the boy's defense. Like, if I am the prosecutor of the boy, I'm taking this document that was in the Florida court and I'm going, look, even the dad says he did it. According to social media, on February 3rd, the boy was charged for the blank and homicide of Anna Kempner. The redacted and homicide of Anna Kempner. So, what do you all think redacted means? Don't write the word. Don't write the word, because YouTube might, write a word that rhymes with what you think the redacted means here. Now, we don't speculate. I don't believe in speculation, okay? I do, however, believe in logical deduction. We can logically deduce that since he was a minor when this happened, they redacted the sex crime. So we were all under the impression that he had just, strangled her and then put her under a bed and covered her with floaties, or what do they call it? Life vests. And now, because of his own father, we now know that he's also accused of this logically deduced sex crime. The fuck kind of dad is it? What kind of father is so driven, I'll get you, that he would incriminate his own son to try to fight for the custody of a sibling? Make that make sense. Make that make sense. It doesn't make sense. You can't make it make sense because it does not. This is some of the worst parenting I've ever seen. I mean, you already had these goofy parents who allowed these children to share a room. So inappropriate. Now you got this other goofy ass parent trying to fight about it. It's like, oh my God, it's sickening, y'all. This is why I don't do family law right here. This sickening, disgusting play against each other using the kids. Can't do it. Cannot do it. Speaking of shitty fathers. So not only did Anna Kempner's alleged rapist and murderer put all that into a court document, David's dad put a bunch of shit in some court documents. And guess what? Those documents are in Texas. So guess what? I have them and we're going to go through them and see what we learn, because there's a lot in here. So David's parents were subpoenaed. No, actually, you know what? Let's just go through go through the paper. I'll give you the whole background. All right. No, that's the show cause. Hold on. All right, here we go. David's parents received this from the state of California. This is a summons. You are commanded to appear before the grand jury on this day at this time. So they receive this summons, okay, and they don't like it. They don't want to appear. So they file a suit in Texas to say, I shouldn't have to go to California to appear. That goes very quickly to the Texas Appeals Court. The Texas appeals court says, ha ha ha, get to California. So in this play of I shouldn't have to go to California and appear, his father then reveals all this information to us. All right? First thing revealed before this page is David's parents' house. So I said, why don't we go check it out? Why don't we go check out the house? Okay? So this is a 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, 4,400 square foot house on 6.9 acres. All right? It's in some small town, Texas, outside of Houston. Look at this. Look at this house, y'all. Ew. Ew, how are you going to have a house like that and then have like one of these above ground pools? Ugh. Oh, what a cute porch, though. That's kind of... So this is David's parents' house. This is probably where David is hiding out right now. You know, we haven't seen him, so he's probably... Oh, my God, that kitchen's gorgeous. He's probably hanging out in this house as we speak. Oh, I like that barn door. Look at that big butler's pantry. Ooh. Oh. Look at that pantry. Wowza. The laundry room, y'all. Okay, we've got our master. Love the tile. Oh, that closet. Ooh. It's like a playroom. We got the movie room. Oh, a second laundry room? Y'all. 2 laundry rooms? Oh, that's cute. A little girl's room. Nice closet space. We don't play with closets, most of us here in Texas. Only a 2-car garage. That's interesting. Love the patio. Can't believe it's an above ground pool. Nice shed. Acreage. I mean, look at this. Woo! That is such a pretty footprint. So this is where David's family lives. It's estimated to be valued at $1.37 million. So that's the first thing we learn. All right. Now, we learn even more. This is from the state of California. Okay? Superior Court, California. Notice the style. We call this the style. The people of the state of California plaintiff versus David Burke target. So we already know he now is in fact the centerpiece of their investigation. He is the target of the investigation. All right. So when his dad filed all of this stuff, all of this was hidden. LA was keeping the secret. Nobody could see it. Wasn't public record. Texas doesn't give a shit about that. Put it out on the record. I have it in front of me right now. We're going through it. So his dad did this to him the same way Kempner's stepbrother's dad is doing him dirty. It's crazy. It's the worst Father's Day ever in 2026. I swear to God. Okay. There's a pending grand jury investigation. Best Silverman. Let me expand this so we can all see it better. Okay, there. For my fellow old people. So they want the dad to come. They ask for the out of state. They say, okay, here's the court that is in charge of them. Let's see. The state will give him protection from arrest in the service in connections. So basically, you're not going to get in trouble on this. And also, they'll provide a round-trip airline ticket and transportation. One of David's dad's arguments was that he couldn't afford to fly to California. Well, I mean, you're living in a $1.3 million house, so that's debatable. But there's no way you can make that argument because California already said we'll pay for it. All right, so they did this on January 15th. So the judge says, okay. Okay, here we go. The target may be involved in having committed the following criminal offenses: 1 count of murder. That's it. Morning, another CG. Okay, so now we know. Right now, they think all they're going to do is do 1 count of murder on David. And now they have this investigative grand jury to determine if that's appropriate. Which is crazy, because as we're going to see in this document, she was for sure dismembered. So I don't know why they wouldn't charge him with dismemberment. But okay. She may have been a victim of foul play. She was severely decomposed and dismembered, found in the Tesla. Okay, they get the call. They go to the tow yard. They immediately notice the smell. Ugh. They got a search warrant. Very smart. They opened the front storage. They saw a black cadaver bag. Y'all, I literally had to Google what a cadaver bag is. And it turns out you can buy these in like rolls. Like saran wrap rolls of cadaver bags. You can buy them online. They're very readily available. Okay, so they saw a bag covered with insects and a strong odor of decay. Utilizing gloves, they unzipped the bag and saw a head and torso. Kid was 14. Okay, so they took the cadaver. It was discovered arms and legs had been severed from the body. And a second bag was discovered underneath the cadaver bag. And that's where they saw the body parts. They literally dismembered this girl, cut off her limbs, and put her in bags and then threw her in a frunk of a Tesla. Okay, so Citizen in August said that it was abandoned. They towed it. No, sorry, they came and checked it out. Then they got a citation. Then they impounded it. And look, the Porter Lane we were just looking at, that's where it's registered. All right. His dad is approximately my age. I guess this is redacted. Maybe it's his dad's personal information or something. Okay. Okay, so now he is appealing, or I'm sorry, he filed into the district court for a writ, he being David's dad, a writ of habeas corpus in Texas. Okay. They're saying he didn't get to see the documents that justified it. I don't think that's weird. Well, I think that's weird. Why would he need the documents? Okay, so habeas corpus is the instrument to fight this. Confinement and restraint, control, Burke is satisfied. Okay. So Texas officer served it on him. The court in Waller County. So Texas held a hearing. First they said, come to this Texas hearing, right? And so the court in Texas has a hearing. And they asked for the disclosure. They didn't get it. The state provided counsel. However, state gave Texas court the unredacted. The unredacted copies were not provided to counsel. I don't think you have to have copies of anything as a witness. It's really weird because his life, liberty, and freedom isn't at risk. It's like 1 day to fly. I don't know. Okay, so they're making this notice argument. Like we don't have enough notice. We don't know what's going on, so we shouldn't have to go to California. I think that's a bullshit argument. And so did the court, as it turns out. All right, so let's keep going. These are all Texas filed. All right, now here's our order. The court was like, nah. Oh no, it's granted and issued. All right. Oh no, it's denied. Okay. All right, so definitely you're going. I love how they separated it with like heading pages. All right, so here we go. Here is, in fact, this People of California versus David Burke. All right, so now here's your summons. More stuff. Order to show cause. So show cause is like, come tell me why you didn't do what you're supposed to do. I don't know who this Jackie Pick Decent is. Let's see. Fulton County, Georgia. What? What is this? The court has received the certificate of the judge of the Superior Court of Fulton County? How did Fulton County get involved? This is weird. Based on the records of the state attached, the Superior Court found that Jackie is necessary This has to do with the Trump campaign. This is so weird. Why is this in here? Why is this in here? This is so bizarre. What does this have to do with the David case? This is from 2022. This is so weird. Okay, see, this is what I'm saying. These dads are doing crazy shit. Like, why is this in your packet? Oh, I see. Okay, so they're showing, that's what it is. So some lady was compelled in the Trump thing out of Fulton County, and they're using that as an example as to why David's parents shouldn't have to go. Okay. So this is a transcript from the California court. The California cause number. Okay, this is fun. So this is the transcript from the hearing in California. Mia Magnus representing the state of Texas, Waller County. Colleen Burke, who's the mom. James Kennedy, I represent Caleb Burke, he's the brother. Caleb Burke, okay, Colleen is the mom. So the brother is at this hearing. Okay, so Ms. Magnus says, there's a grand jury investigation in California. These two individuals have been summoned to appear for purposes of the grand jury presentation. So this only has to do with the mom and brother, not the dad, even though the dad's doing the appeal. The prosecutors in Los Angeles have executed all the paperwork. It has who signed off under Texas law. There's a uniform act to secure witnesses from without the state, which means that we as Texans have agreed that we will send witnesses to other states. All right. So now the mom's lawyer says the request for summons and the request for issue of subpoenas is unconstitutional in violation of Texas and U.S. Constitution with the due process and notice. The court has to make a determination that the witness is material and necessary, and it will not cause undue hardship to be compelled to attend. All we've been served with. Okay, so their argument is, look, you have to show, in order to get the Burkes to fly from Texas to California, the government of California has to show that those witnesses are necessary, they're material, and it will not be an undue hardship on those witnesses. So let's say that his parents were, I don't know, like one of his parents was paralyzed or something. They're in a wheelchair and they need a lot of special services. That would be the kind of hardship that excludes you. Like that would allow you to get out of it, or maybe they do Zoom or something, but you certainly would not have to fly if you had those type of special needs. So that those are hardships. Or if you're super dirt poor, there's all kinds of stuff. So the Burke's lawyers are saying they haven't shown us that they're material and necessary. They haven't shown the court that they're material and necessary. They haven't shown anyone that these witnesses are material and necessary. Okay? We've only been served with a notice. So it's impossible to address the materiality. All right? So they say if they show that they're material and necessary, then the burden shifts to show, so the state has to say first, they're material and necessary. Then it shifts to defense to show that it would be an undue burden, which they're not going to be able to do. Okay? The prosecutor's telling them it has to be under seal, and they don't have the ability to go forward. They don't know if the witness is material. This is a very good argument. It's a very good argument. He's even brought the case law, which is very great. Okay, another case, material necessity. All right, now the state lawyer comes back and she says, the determination as to whether they are material to grand jury has been made in a different court. So the state of Texas is saying they showed the California judge that this is a material and necessary. If they hadn't shown that California judge that that person was material and necessary, that judge wouldn't have issued the subpoena. I tend to think that's true, but we can't for sure know that California law functions the way Texas law does, right? So she's saying like the Superior Court of California has already decided this, then they issued the subpoena. And so just the subpoena shows that they are material. So now they have to show, the Burkes have to show that it's undue. Okay. And it looks like the judge bought it, because the judge definitely said, y'all got to go before the grand jury. Here's what I think. If I was this judge, I probably would be like, yeah, y'all got to go before the grand jury. But I don't trust California. So I'm not sure. I mean, under all of our laws, all of the appeals courts everywhere, they give deference to the court, like the court that hears the things, the presiding court over the matter. They tend to believe that the presiding court has made the correct decision unless you can somehow show evidence they haven't. And so based on that, I do believe you, as a judge, have to assume that the other judge has already done their job. Does that make sense? Okay, so now it's pretty much really repetitive. The big takeaways are David's parents live in $1 million home, over $1 million home. They tried to get out of testifying and they couldn't. And in their attempt to get out of having to go to the grand jury, they revealed to the public all of these things that California was keeping secret and was helping protect their son. So, just like the Kempner dad, these fuckers put themselves before their children. Isn't it cute? That's sweet. This is sweet. Happy Father's Day. Assholes. This week was so much. So then, as if that wasn't enough, we have the State of the Union address, which, as it turned out, was actually the State of the Union award ceremony. Okay, so we're done talking about cases, and now we're headed to like political cases. So if you want to peace out, I feel you. I get it. But if you're into the politics, stick with me, okay? Our delightful, bruised, dilapidating leader got up at the State of the Union and said America is so hot right now. The hottest country in the world. He said, we've done everything right. We are so great. We've done all these great things. Gas is cheap. This is cheap. That is cheap. Where? Where? Dude showed us exactly how detached the Epstein class is from a real American life. He's sitting, oh, things are so fucking great. Oh, really? Is that why my grocery bill is 22% higher? Is that why planes are falling out of the sky? Is that like, no, you are Delulu, dude. Your dementia is showing. Your dementia is showing. It's getting worse. Unfucking believable. I was like, what is this? What is this? What are we celebrating here? Then, yesterday, these fucks pull Medicaid for Minnesota. So, you know, your kids with cerebral palsy, you know, all these people, you couldn't have an abortion, right? Because no, you got to have the baby. We care about life. We're pro-life. Oh, yeah, but fuck you and the medical care your child need. Right, okay, very pro-life. Right, sure, motherfuckers, sure. That State of the Union address was terrible. Then we see Kash Patel literally partying with the hockey team after the win, as if he had played the hockey that got us to the win. Chugging beers. Oh, I'm a bro. They even like put a medal on him. Like, look, cross-eyed motherfucker, we all know you don't have the vision to sink a fucking puck in a net. Your eyes are wobbling. They're not gonna... So apparently that pissed Trump off, because even though Trump's a total skis and a piece of shit, he does not party. So he was really mad that Patel was partying on camera. So what did Kash Patel do? What did he do immediately? Raided the home of the, I think, former Los Angeles school district superintendent. This is all on the same day. Raided the home. Went back to Nancy Guthrie's house with new gusto and fired the low-level employees at the FBI that handled the documents at Mar-a-Lago that were classified and did not belong at Mar-a-Lago. So he didn't go after the guys who were like, hey, we think there's classified boxes in the shitter at Trump's house at Mar-a-Lago. They went after the guys who the boss said, you go investigate. They went after the gals who the investigator said, hey, write up a subpoena. And they fired 10 of them. All of the low level, had nothing to do with the decision, got fucking fired. So you know what's that mean to us as American taxpayers? 10 unlawful employment discrimination lawsuits we now have to defend because of this dipshit. Speaking of the Epstein class, today, the prior to Donald Trump in 2016, most evil president that had lived in my lifetime, Bill Clinton, is testifying at a deposition about Jeffrey Epstein in front of, 8 Congress people, the Oversight Committee. Okay. Hillary testified yesterday. You know what I did during that time? I wrote up an outline for a video I'm going to make for you guys about why I hate the fucking Clintons. Hate. While I was doing my little research, I was reminded that Bill Clinton lied under oath at federal court such that the federal court fined him $90,000 and he lost his license to practice law in the state of Arkansas for 5 years. And he was the fucking sitting president. Who should we blame for the corruption at the White House? William Jefferson, I'm the first black president, Clinton. So I'm going to make a whole separate video about that. I hate the fucking Clintons. I hate them. And of course they're on the fucking Epstein list. Of course they run the Epstein class. You know that bitch Hillary says she cares about women? Oh, okay. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna make a separate video. Why aren't they dead yet? Gonna make a separate video about the evil Clintons. All right, so on the bright side, more Democrats have shown up to this primary in Texas, which, by the way, voting day is Tuesday. We've only just had early voting. I went the first day, February 17th. I was there to vote. You better believe that shit. And it's been like 125% of the voters, Democrat voters that showed out in 22 have showed up. So like 25% more. Whereas 40% less Republicans have showed up, which means they're going to lose the House and Senate, which is great news for us as Americans because it means we might possibly restore our checks and balance system. If we have a House and Congress that is not the same party as our president, we have a better management of the checks and balance system. So I'm very much looking forward to these primaries. I'm very much looking forward to November, and I am very much looking forward to taking back control of our country and rebuilding our goddamn reputation. I'd also like to put age limits on the presidency and have a very strict law that if you're a pedo, you can't be the president. That's where I stand on that. God, I hate those people. Okay, so that will be a different video. My hatred. Hippies, I'm so glad that you voted. I'm so happy to hear that. I think things will work out. People need to vote. I had someone comment on things like, I haven't voted because of corruption. And you're the fucking problem. If you don't show up to vote, you are part of the goddamn problem. You really are. I mean, there are countries where people would give their lives so that they could vote, so that they could offer some contribution to the people in charge of it. Like, I would imagine there are many North Koreans who would die for the opportunity to vote, and your dumb ass is wasting it and not voting because it's corrupt. Fuck out of here. You're lazy. You know how corruption continues? Fucking laziness and compliance. My hair is banging though, it looks really good, so at least I'm having a great hair day. Actually, yesterday it looked great too, so it's been a good couple of hair days for your girl. The Traitors finale, I watched it last night. It was so disappointing. So if you watch Traitors, y'all, I was like, oh my god, Chalks really be jogging, man. They're just crazy. So, yeah, I stayed up really late last night to finish Traitors. It was like, cool. Exactly what I thought would happen happened. Poor Mora. Poor fucking girl. Then I watched a little of the reunion after. And I had kept saying to Balloon, because she and I watched like at home and then we could talk about it at work. I had kept saying, Balloon, Rob is winning because he's so pretty. Like, this is pretty privilege, right? And then they even talked about it in the reunion. They were like, yeah, he's so pretty. Like, you can't even look at him for very long. I like pretty men. I don't like them to be that pretty. You know what I'm saying? Like, a little prettier than me is cool. I'm a 7. You could be an 8, but I'm not trying to be with no 10. I don't want to be able to, like, not talk in your presence. But apparently everyone was paralyzed by Rob's good looks. And it just shows you pretty privilege is, in fact, a thing. It is, yeah. There's all kinds of privilege, right? And pretty privilege absolutely exists. So, good for him. Good for him. They're recruiting now just regular people to be on the traders, and I can't wait to watch that. And let's see. Oh, I concluded Love is Blind. Well, I haven't been watching Love is Blind. I've been watching YouTubers recap it for me because, like, I don't want to sit there the whole time. And if you want to know why I'm single, go ahead and watch episodes 9 and 10 of the seasons. Love is Blind. Maybe 8, 9, and 10. So much. Nancy Guthrie's definitely deceased. I don't even think $1 million is gonna bring her back, y'all. I told Bolin, if I was in Arizona and I wanted to, like, dispose of a body, I would go to a remote part of a Indian reservation and dump it there. They have totally different laws than we do. Like, it's not actually America on their land, so that's what I would do. And I think probably what they did. I don't know. Turns out that second picture where I thought it might be a second person working with them was a few days earlier. You know, Kash Patel had come out and say it was that same night, but it turns out it was like 20 fucking days before. Y'all. Kristi Noem is having an affair on an airplane that we're paying for with her right-hand man, like her second in charge. This airplane is gorgeous. They leased it under the guise that it would take immigrants away. No. It has a bed in it. It's like a full bedroom. Apparently they're banging in there every night. You know, 250 years ago, our founding fathers were fighting a goddamn war so that we wouldn't have to have a king. So we wouldn't live in a dictatorship, a totalitarian environment. And, yeah, I think they'd be sick to death if they saw what our society looked like now. They'd just be mortified. Absolutely mortified. Shout out to Elaine Kagan for showing up to the State of the Union when everyone knows you actually follow the Constitution and you made that big ruling against Trump's tariffs. So kudos for you. You have bigger balls than all of them, man. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, y'all. Pretty much sums up everything I had to share today. Can't really think of anything else. Was the State of the Union on Tuesday also? God, it was just like such a fucking long week, y'all. It was so long. I will be back next Friday. Hopefully next Friday has fewer dads throwing their children under the legal bus. One could hope. Maybe there's some decent parents out there, you know? You know, I'm not gonna, if my child is in David's situation, I'm not gonna be happy. I'm not gonna be pleased. They're not gonna get a lot of love and support from me, but I'm also not gonna throw them under the legal bus. All right, folks. Thank you for joining, and I will see you next week.